a sibling pair of rescued lions who call the Wildcat Sanctuary their forever home. Well, once I zoom out on these two horsing around, you'll see a very moody gray sky above me. So welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, that's Leo and Mansa having a little sibling playtime between these two rescued lions. I'm zooming out here slowly but surely, and you're going to see a little bit of the kind of dark day we have here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So welcome everyone. If you're just joining in, Facebook is waking up on some type of funky side of the bed. We only have 30 people watching, and we've been live for a little bit now. Give me a shout if you're out there. Sue Button's already given us a big hello from the other side of the pond, from the UK. It's bathroom time for Leo. Sydney Logan's giving me a shout out. Hey Sydney, thanks for joining us. I love that dash profile pic of yours. Uh-oh, Ginny, it just left here. That's Ginny, one of our volunteers. And we're talking about that severe weather. You're saying that the severe weather just left your area over in St. Cloud. So surely it will be here soon enough in Sandstone, Minnesota. So as I said, I wanted to get our sanctuary stroll underway. And oftentimes, you'll hear me talk about the morning or evening periods where it can be kind of good kind of peak times for the cats to be up and active. Well, a lot of the times I find when there's going to be a change in barometric pressure. So right now there's pretty low pressure with these clouds coming, and we'll have the system moving in, which will cause that barometric pressure to fluctuate. And typically the cats can notice that and really kind of like that time in between, don't they, Miss Mansa? Yes, sir, she says. Carol Lynn says, 2 of my favorite cats. Well, that's awesome, Carol. And truthfully, I shouldn't hang out with these two too long because they're actually the star of tomorrow's live post. We're going to put out some special enrichment for Leo and Mansa. What is that move, Mansa? And we know Leo and Mansa, who have now been calling the Wildcat Sanctuary their forever home for, golly gee, about 4 years now. These two were 2 of 7 lions that made their way all the way from Argentina here to the Wildcat Sanctuary to enjoy a Wild at Heart life. And I always love talking about the Argentina rescue, one, because it's just a really cool kind of shift in culture, in zoo culture, if you will. Yes, thank you, Mr. Leo. You are the boss. I'll hang out back here. It's not only a really kind of cool shift in culture, like I was saying, because this was actually the Argentinian government coming forward and saying, hey, we want to have a more compassionate kind of model of exhibiting animals, and that includes not exhibiting exotic species. So they only wanted to exhibit native species, and we're switching to a model called eco-parks. African lions not being native to South America, that meant that they needed to be placed at a sanctuary. Unfortunately, after lots and lots of paperwork and kind of going back and forth, fortunately we were able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lions from a different continent all the way here to the United States and eventually back to the sanctuary in their forever home. So like I said, not only a cool example for just that kind of that shift in culture and having that more kind of compassionate mindset from the Argentinian government, but also, hey, that's 7 big cats coming from a different country. What an amazing example of what your support can help us accomplish. So welcome everyone. Admittedly, this is a pretty intimate Facebook live post. There's only 50 people watching. I guess if I go early on the live post, because I'm having you because of the weather, it looks like everybody really is keen on that 2 o'clock time. But I can still catch up with the comments. I see some new names in here, so it'll be at least awesome to greet some of those people and acknowledge your comments. Odette, bonjour Odette. The extent of my French is limited, but I can say hello. Sue Button saying, hope you're all safe with the storm. Thank you for that, Susan. Most definitely we will be. We talked a little bit about our extreme weather protocol on a live post on Monday that would have been. But obviously caretakers are going to most likely be exhibiting some of that protocol. I heard at our morning meeting, our huddle meeting that we have. I see Mr. Shazam enjoying himself. At our morning huddle meeting we had, we're keeping an eye on the forecast, and it seems like we're going to be shifting some cats inside when this storm passes. So most definitely we're remaining vigilant, and we appreciate the well wishes, Sue. We've got a big goofball over here, Mr. Shazam. And this is pleasant, Mr. Shazam. This is the second time we've seen your lovely face on a live post this week. Yes, sirree. I catch up on some comments. Hey, Beth Ann Bluter, thanks for joining us today. Glad to see that comment. Carol Lynn saying 2 of my favorite cats, and I was teasing a little bit, Carol, that Leo and Mansa are going to be the star of tomorrow's live post. Caretakers Jess and Rio are going to help play some fun enrichment for those 2, and looking forward to watching both of those cats enjoy themselves in addition to what we've seen today. And Shazam, you might ask, well, what is he looking at right now? And he is looking at Mansa, who's coming over here to look at what I'm doing and probably sharpen her claws. Might be able to hear some of that lightning rumbling in the background. That is definitely one of the cool things about the Wildcat Sanctuary is, maybe, some of the cats aren't along a shared wall, and Shazam has Tarek and Polina along his shared wall where he gets to, have interactions with. But obviously, there's just kind of the interactions of seeing their neighbors from afar. And so that's exactly what Shazam was doing, and Mansa is getting those paws nice and sharp and is now just turned into straddling the log that she was sharpening her claws on. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing either. Shazam says, what in the world? I have never seen a cat sharpen their claws like that, Goofy. And we know Leopard Shazam is a very special cat indeed, and Mr. Shazam is actually one of our oldest residents here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Him and Shadow are right there, about a 1 year apart. Shadow's older, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Kathy Chambers from Indianapolis, Indiana. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us today.